I I really enjoyed the game. I tend to anyway, really. Try and see the positives rather than the negatives, I think, but I'm also a bit more of a realist. I think the caveat to whatever we talk about tonight probably has to be that, and John Brady said this after the game, that we probably know or thought, actually, is probably a better way of putting it, that we would be there or thereabouts with Cheltenham. And when I say that, I mean that we have a similar budget. We've probably got similar ambitions, and we've always been a high League Two, low League One type club. Now, obviously, in years gone by, Cheltenham haven't been, but generally in the last decade or so, that's kind of been where they are. So that's kind of where I view this, and it's really important to be careful that we don't get carried away, because actually we're playing a team that are going to be realistically down there. They know that themselves by their own admission. And actually, unfortunately, looking at them, unless there's some kind of miraculous squad overhaul for them or management change, I can't really see it changing. I do have to say that, respectfully, they were one of the worst footballing sides I think I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
There was nothing there at all. Whilst we were not clinical in the final third like we should have been, and again, Brady said that we took too many touches in the penalty area. We did. That would be a criticism of mine. But the possession football was outstanding, absolutely outstanding. We dominated. We gave them nothing. I think Max Thompson made one save, and it was a routine save.
Yeah.
There was nothing really to show. So it's very difficult to measure it because they were so poor, by their own admission, fans wise as well. I'm not just kind of looking at it through cobbler's colours glasses. They were awful. And so I don't want to get carried away, but I would say that I've seen a lot of cobblers teams. Sean's seen a lot of cobblers teams. And this is not a team that we've seen before in League One in recent history. Like, this team play football and they play it really well. We have got so many areas to develop, but we're at such an early point in the season that, one, that's okay, and two, there's time. The difference we've got is that we have got time on the basis that we know we can compete. I think previously when we went up, I remember actually talking on the pod and me and you having a bit of a disagreement about the fact that I said we haven't got time, and you going, well, we have got time. I said we haven't, because we've got to get points now. And that came to fruition because we went back down because we were not picking up enough points in the early stages. We're picking up enough points at the moment and playing convincingly enough really strong football, possession wise and passing wise, to mean that we can develop those skills.
To be fair, I completely agree with you in that now, because one of the things after last week's win over Posh that apart from reveling in the fact that we'd won the derby, obviously, but one of the things that I looked at immediately was not where we were in the league, but the fact that we now had 4 points from 4 games. So you look at that and you go, well, if we have, and we pick up 1 point for every game that we play this season, then we're going to have, what is it, 40? Oh, I want
46.
to say 46. Yeah, 46 games. So we're going to have 46 points. We always say 50 is really the number to aim for, don't we, for avoiding relegation, and it on occasion hasn't quite been enough that either. But if I look at it and go, right, if you can get 46 points, then you should be okay in terms of, because you'll get more than that. You only need to get 4 more points than that to get 50. So as long as we stay kind of above that ratio, we will be absolutely fine.